Following flights from Heathrow to Oslo and then on to Alta, I soon found myself marvelling at the vast, stunning scenery of Norway. A country 3 times the length of the British Isles, with surprisingly a coastline longer than that of the USA. And here in northern Norway, 300 miles above the Arctic Circle, along the 70th parallel, an archipelago full of sheltered fjords provides exciting action for a variety of saltwater species, including salmon, coalfish, halibut, redfish, haddock, wolffish and cod. My base being prolific Jökulfjord, where Tyrrell House provides instant access to an abundance of locations. My guide is experienced local skipper Holger Burek, whose boat, a 27-foot Tempest 750 Capelli rib, pushed along by 200 horses, instantly leapt from the horizontal to speed us down the fjord towards a favourite hotspot at over 50 knots. It's so fast it almost flies, and the perfect craft for quickly getting on to feeding frenzies. A combination of the cold, clear and rich Arctic waters, amalgamating with the warmer Gulf Stream, initiates a vast food chain along the coastline here, in the way of krill, herring and young coalfish entering the fjords, where they in turn are preyed upon by larger coalfish and cod, our chosen target species. Just look at the concentrations of gulls and terns feeding upon tiny baitfish pushed up to the surface. What a sight! Holger's brought us to a wonderful spot at the moment. We're, what, 20 miles southwest of Jökulfjord?
Nearly, yeah.
And this is called, what, Straumen here?
Straumen.
What does that actually mean, the word Straumen?
The word Straumen means in Norwegian fast salt water. It means the tide is coming in, going out, and you have like a tide race.
So we've got this very fast rip under the bridge here, and we're going to be fishing in what sort of depths up to it?
We're fishing between 15 and 7 meters.
Really?
Yeah.
And some good coalfish here?
It's some good coalfish here, with coalfish up to 10 pounds.
I see we're already marking a few on the screen. What are we going to do? Go up tide a bit, and then just keep drifting back over this?
Well, the tide is changing actually now, so the tide is running in, so we hope the big coalfish will coming now. OK, so we better get up the top and start this drifter. Yeah. Great. And here we are, all ready to make the first cast of the day. On Holger's advice, I'm using a light 12-pound tip for maximum enjoyment, small multiplier reel with 20-pound braid, and I've got a small 2-ounce perk on the business end with a 2-foot of 30-pound mono as a rubbing leader. You're not in already, are you? Goodness me, there must be some coalfish out here. Any size? Not a
small one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fish rising at the moment. I suppose they start after the small fish that we've seen through the clear water as the tide starts to run, do they? Whoa, that's going, isn't it? Oh, goodness me, what have you got on there?
I don't know. There he comes.
There he comes? I thought he was bigger than that, the way he went. Goodness me.
Good fighters, these coalies.
Yeah. Lovely. They're unusual fish, aren't they? Although they're members of the cod family, you've got that... oh, look at this one. This is what's been taken by a bigger fish, hasn't it?
That was why it was so heavy.
Oh, I see. Look at that, a huge fish. A bigger coalfish has grabbed this just now, or a cod, while he's playing it. That's why your rod suddenly lurched over, wasn't it? And the typical members of the cod family, 3 dorsal fins and 3 lower fins. It's got that protruding bottom lip of the coalfish, and the difference between a coalfish and a pollock is that these coalfish have got this straight lateral line, and the pollock's got a curved one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But other than that, they're not dissimilar fish, are they?
Good one to start the day.
Yeah. We hope for the bigger ones.
Yeah. Wow. We finally got the sun come out. Beautiful. Isn't it wonderful how it illuminates the colours in these mountains? Such beautiful scenery here. You certainly live in a wonderful place, Holger.
Yeah, I think so. You see the whales there.
Oh yes, just what?
We're hunting
in
together.
line with the edge of that snow-covered mountain
Yeah.
there. Wow. What sort of whales are those?
These are, we call them Springer whales. It's a kind of dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger dolphin.
Bang.
Yeah.
Oh, pulled out of that one. That was a real heavy bang. Oh my, you in?
Yeah.
Well done. My lure's turned turtle, I think. Oh no, it hasn't, it's okay now. Yeah, here we are. There must be thousands of these 2 and 3 pound coalies down there, mustn't there? Thousands of them. Amazing. Beautiful through that clear water. Oh, it's something big. Now, what's this? Whoa, it's taking line. Feels like a better fish. Whoa, wow. Ooh, this feels much better, Holger.
Yeah.
I think this is the best light tackle cod fishing I've ever enjoyed. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Here he comes. What a lovely fight. I've never actually been fishing in salt water before, where you can actually see the cod that you're catching close to the bottom. Look at that on a 2-ounce perk. Isn't that magnificent? Fascinating fishing,
yeah,
absolutely
you see.
fascinating.
Wow.
Oh, there's another, you got a big one on?
Yeah.
Wow, let me just unhook this. Whoa. That's going well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can literally see the cod on the bottom here. Yeah. It's about, what's that, 20, 30 foot deep?
Yeah, nearly.
Beautiful. Whoops. I think your one's darker than mine, isn't it? Look at the difference in colour. It's all due to the kelp over which they live. That's more like a brown trout, your one, isn't it?
It's looking like a trout.
Yeah. Isn't that lovely?
I guess Holger and I could have stayed catching those cod and coal fish on perks, but now for a complete tackle change, allowing me to really enjoy those smaller coalies. I've tied on a shrimp pattern, one of my favourite bonefish flies actually, to a long leader and a weight forward high D line to take it down fast along the steep-sided shoreline of Jökulfjord, close to where a stream enters.
You don't need anything too heavy for this. This is a 7-weight outfit, and it's more than enough for this sort of saltwater fly fishing, really. You do need that fast sinking line if you're going to get the fly way down where the fish are. There's not much moving anywhere near the surface. Sometimes oh yes, that. Sometimes the coalfish will be up near the surface pushing the baby herrings up, but these are way down. That took that at probably a depth of something like 20 feet. Great fun, they really. They pull like a rainbow of twice their size. And look at that, that's not even a pound. Not even a pound. And it's taken my shrimp pattern. They're really hitting on this shrimp fly, Holger. Yeah, really hitting. Lovely
That's what
fun.
they're feeding, small herring and
Yeah, well, you said put a shrimp fly pattern on, didn't you? And you were right. It's okay. Here we go again. They definitely seem to be closer to the shoreline. Yes, it went again. Goodness me, this is magical. Well, Norway's certainly got a lot of string to its bow in terms of what you can catch in salt water and how you can catch them.
Here in North Norway's Jokulfjord, guide Holger and I have swapped boats to 35-foot Skarunga to target deep water cod. It's so warm and sunny here in July that it's difficult to believe we're above the Arctic Circle.
Okay, Holger, where are we off to now?
we come now from the Jokulfjord to a ground named Ammundsbøen. It's ground outside the Kvenang. Around this deep water, ground comes up to 60, 70 feet.
All right. And what are we after? Cod and
Cod, coalfish, haddock, if we are lucky, halibut.
halibut.
Yeah.
That's what I like about fishing in Norway so much. You never know what you're going to catch.
No, not really.
And literally within 30 minutes of leaving base, we were in the mouth of Jokulfjord, heading for Holger's favourite big cod reef. What spectacular scenery there is here, and with dozens and dozens of deep water marks to try, all within close proximity of each other, I think I'd need a month of Sundays just to scratch the surface. That big country feeling is simply overwhelming here in Norway, with few others to share it with. This yacht being the only other craft we encountered prior to Holger setting up our first drift of the day.
Now this 8-ounce perch might look as though it's got a big hook on it, but we're after big fish, aren't we, Holger? Hopefully.
We tried.
And the sonar's reading just over 50 metres, but what, 160, 170 feet here?
Around the,
This is a plateau, isn't it, that comes up
it's
from...
a plateau outside the Kvenang.
And what's the surrounding depths? What do they go down
Surrounding depths 200, 250 meters.
to? Do they really? Goodness me. 800 feet, that's incredible. No wonder there's fish here then, if they're coming up to this plateau. And what's the size of the plateau, would you say, in area?
The size is 1.5 miles long and nearly 1 mile wide.
Is it? That's huge, isn't it? Well, that's going to be a lovely drift for us. That's a lot of bottom to search. Are you hitting bottom and then coming up a bit or not?
Coming up a little bit. And if the perk is drifting too much up, let him go a little bit.
Will he drop down again?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a fairly fast drift, this, isn't it, really? We were marking fish about 10 feet, weren't you?
Fish.
You in?
Yeah.
Well done. Oh, yes, me too. Well, would you believe it? First drop down. Whoa, now what are we into here? Oh. Well, whatever it is, it's lovely. Well, Holger and I are really getting into these cod now. Not monsters, but really hard-fighting fish in this 150 feet of water. Don't they go? This is real arm-wrenching stuff, it really is.
Good sport.
Yeah, it's wonderful sport. You've got some marvellous fishing here in Norway, you really have. You know, we used to have this around the British Isles once upon a time, but we've ruined it, and it's so nice to see here in Norway that you know, there's no one trawls in these fjords, and you're going to maintain your fishing, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, really.
A big haddock.
Oh.
A big haddock.
Oh, well done. Oh, look at that. That's a monster. Well done. I'll just get mine up first.
You also.
Oh, I've got one as well. Well, would you believe it? Can we lift these up?
Yeah.
Will they lift? Well, there's mine. Oh! Would you believe it? Well, what a duo, Holger. Let me just take my perk out. Look at the size. I can't get over the size of the hooks they use here. I really can't. Now, is that not a beautiful brace of fish? Well, mine won't go straight. They've got a tremendous amount of power. Aren't they lovely haddock?
Yep.
Huh?
Good sizes of haddock.
Well, they are beautiful. Absolutely marvellous. Now, there's a story you were telling me the other day about these thumbprints on the haddock. What was it?
It was the god have made the cod for a good fish, put him in the water, and the devil thinks, I must also make a fish. And he made this haddock, and what you see is the black prints are the fingerprints of the devil when he cast him in the water.
Oh, just a bit gruesome, isn't it? But never mind.
Yeah, but
what a brace of fish.
That's the old story here.
That's wonderful.
Beautiful fish.
This sea's really flattening off now, isn't it? Surprising.
Nice and calm.
Oh, what's this? Oh dear, I'm into one as well. Oh no, I'm not. It's off. Goodness me, there's some fish down here, aren't there? Oh, yes, I'm into another one. Would you believe it? Oh, no, that's off.
I think we must.
Do you want to swap places?
Change the places.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, he comes.
You're making on him. Have you got colour?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good fish, isn't it?
Yep.
Very nice. I'll get the unhooker for you.
Yep.
Well done. Right, let's just... Yes?
And one way.
Yes! Well, that's a nice looking fish.
Thank you.
Holger, huh? What size is that? Well over 20, isn't it?
Oh, it's a 30-pound.
Super fish.
Yeah.
Whoops. There we are. You can see why we need such big trebles now for these cod. That is a beautiful fish, isn't it? Beautiful fish. Look at that. Beautiful big tail. Those 3 dorsal fins of the cod family. Lovely big lateral line. Well done.
Okay.
Hope we can get some more.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes, here we are. Oh, goodness me, that came up and banged that. Oh dear, is this magical or what?
Oh, I've also big
You
one.
in as well? Well done. Wow. Don't they go at this depth? Look at that, it's ripping line off. Look at that. You into a good one as well?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's not so big like yours.
Oh. Oh, goodness me, that's going. Oh. Wow.
Oh. Mine's off, John.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Oh, dear. Quick, get your perk down again.
Yeah.
There's obviously quite a few of them down here. I don't know whether I want too many of these today.
No.
Right, let's try and make a little bit of line on it. It's ease.
When you win the first 20 meters.
Yes, that's right. At least, you know, most of the fishing I do back home in deep water for big cod is over wrecks, and you just can't use light tackle like this because they're in the rusting ironwork before you can do anything. Yeah, that's right. But I'm glad I use this light rod as you suggested because it's putting a new element of cod fishing into my armoury. It's wonderful. Slowly does it. I rather thought, you know, that I got a little jingle from a coalfish and then immediately afterwards, bang, so it might well be that the cod didn't take the perk, it actually took the coalfish. I don't know.
No, normally it's so when the cod sees that the coalfish hunting some small fish, he takes the small fish before the coalfish.
Well, that's
takes it.
what it might very well be then. Oh, don't come off now. Had a horrible head shake then.
He comes.
Is that a big one? Oh, it looks a big one, doesn't it? Looks a very big fish. Wow. What a beautiful sight, seeing it in that clear water. Wow, that's fabulous. Look at the size of that. I think that's my biggest cod. Oh, it's easily my biggest cod ever. My God, that's well over 30, isn't it? That's huge. Well, I do not.
Congratulations. Nice fish.
Well, we've just put this on the scales, and we were both right. It's my biggest cod ever, 34 pounds. It's still got some sea lice on it. Look, that one's moving. Another one there. Isn't it a lovely look? Let's hold him up straight. Isn't it a lovely looking fish, that? Hey?
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Holger. Light tackle fishing here in Norway, eh?
Good fun.
Is that dream fishing or what? Yes, here we are. Oh! Is he going to take it? Yeah. Ow! Oh! One of the nicest fish you can catch.
A warm welcome from the US of A and New York State here at Montauk Point on the northern tip of Long Island, where enthusiasts coming from both sides of the pond have gathered for the 4th Brits vs Yanks annual tag and release shark tournament, hosted by Montauk Yacht Club. So forget about that fictitious town called Amity and Chief Brodie, because here off Montauk, in the deep waters of the Atlantic, is where those famous great white sharks really came from. Not that we're expecting to catch such leviathans during this 3-day event. Nowadays, most anglers are content to encounter significantly smaller sharks on light tackle and to release them after capture. But before we go sharking, and the tournament starts tomorrow, Christine Slater, organiser of the competition, and I have come out to do a bit of striped bass fishing here, a few miles out from Montauk on Art Courtis's boat, Halfback. You looking forward to a bit of fishing, Chris?
I am, absolutely fantastic, can't wait.
Well, we've got all these jigs that we're going to be trolling at about 2 knots, the parachute jigs to catch these big stripers. But before we start fishing, can you tell me something about the competition? Why, for instance, did you choose Long Island and Montauk in particular?
Because basically I was invited over by the New York Tourist Board, and we wanted something different to what we already offer our clients. And so we came down to Montauk, and we knew there were sharks and the striped bass, and it's a nice combination of the two. So, you know, you're fishing for a lot of species, not just the one.
And of course, originally Steve Sloan helped you organise it, didn't he?
He did. He was with us for 2 years, and he was my counterpart in America.
Lovely guy.
Yeah.
Of course, there's that shark cup in the foyer of the Montauk Yacht Club, donated by Steve Sloan, the memorial trophy. It's a beautiful piece of work, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve designed that and had that made by a guy down south, and it is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and so far the Yanks have won one of these tournaments. The Brits have won twice. Who do you think's going to win it over the next 3 days?
that's a lovely fish, Chris. Oh, well done, Al. My goodness me, look at that, it's a whopper. Whoa, let's have a look. Well done, Chris, didn't that go hard? Isn't that a beauty? What a whopper for the first fish of the day. Like all these fish, we put them back to fight another day. Over you go, my son. Whoa! Away he goes. And now for those sharks.
The following morning, with 2 Yanks and 2 Brits allocated to each boat, we all made our way along the dock, very much looking forward to what day one would bring, with Christine Slater and I on board 40-foot Eldorado. Our opposition being Dave Phillip and larger-than-life Big Mike O'Reilly, that's him in the all denim outfit, who not only loves these competitions but also owns the boat. With Pete to crew and an absolute mountain of fresh bait in the way of a huge vat full of chum, small attractor silver shellfish, plus numerous large fresh bluefish for hook bait fillets, we made our way straight out into the deeps of the Atlantic. When over 30 miles out, Pete ladled in generous helpings of chum, while 2 full buckets of chum were towed for over a mile to get a slick trail going in what was almost a flat calm sea, before the engines were cut to start our drift. And to illustrate the effectiveness of creating a chum line, literally within minutes there appeared an inquisitive and strange-looking fish.
Well, that's a bonus, Mike, having a sunfish come close to the boat. Do you see a lot around here?
We do, and particularly this time of year for the next month we'll see quite a few. This is a baby. This is about as small as I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, this is a real baby, and you can see it's very curious.
Yeah.
And it might sit on that chum pot there for quite a while, so just hopefully we get some.
Well, the sharks aren't feeding yet, although we've seen one enormous blue, well over 200 pounds, just come by my bait close in here. We thought we'd stop and catch a few bluefish on chunks, and whoa, these really do pull your string. Most of them are over double figures, and it's something you can do when you're waiting for the sharks to bite.
Let them slap that surface a while.
Beautiful colours, these fish, aren't they? Let's hope that big blue we saw doesn't come up and take it while I'm playing with it, huh?
Although I must admit to allowing that scrappy bluefish to thrash about some on the surface for extra attraction to the sharks, which were about to come looking.
You okay, Pete? Whoa. Whoa, here we go. They've got bad teeth, these bluefish, haven't they? You wouldn't want to get bitten by one of those, would you?
Take your finger
Aren't they? Great fun, though. What size do they grow to, Pete, these out here?
Actually 35 pounds.
Do they?
Azores.
Oh.
Here, 23 pounds by the New York State record.
Well, this sort of 8-9 pounder's a little fellow, really, but it's good fun while we're waiting for the sharks to move in.
That was a good fight.
Yeah. Wow, look at him. He's going for the chum bucket, Mike.
Take their bait.
Now, isn't that out of this world? Look at that. Well, I never did. Out of this world. You know, it's worth it coming here just to see big sharks close to the boat like that, as creatures. It's beautiful. He's still there, he's still there. Here he comes. Here he comes, he's gonna... Oh, he's gonna take it. He'll take it now, he'll take it now. No, he won't. Oh, look at that. You wouldn't believe it, would you? God, if I was on the rod now, I'd be as frustrated as hell. There he is, look.
Take it, baby. Oh. You just, yeah.
I'm going to let it go because I
Would
can't.
you believe it?
Can't
Do you know,
be-
Mike, I'd never believe you could get a fresh piece of fish so close to a shark's
They're
mouth.
focused. It's what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
He's focused on the chum scent.
Yeah.
He's focused.
Here he comes. They do like red.
Well, that's why they say they don't use red swimsuits, don't they?
Well, I just don't believe this. This is out of this world. Oh, he nearly took it. I just twitched it and he... Is he going to take it? He's going to... No, he's not. Well, here we are. We've got 4 baits over
There
the
he is.
side here.
There he comes again.
He's coming in again now. Look, I blew about a couple of hundred and we can't get our baits at the right...
Oh, Dave.
There he is.
it's
There he
not-
is. He just let him eat it. Let him
Let him
eat
eat
it.
it. Let him have it, Chris. Don't do anything. Hold on, that's Dave.
Ready?
That's
Okay.
Dave.
Wait,
Hit
wait,
him.
wait. Let him go out a little bit.
Yes.
Let him go out a little bit. Okay, just touch it.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just touch that. You got a landing. Here, bring that over to me. Oh, you do.
Oh, he's off, too.
He's off.
Oh, no. Dear me.
I hope he comes back.
Yeah, so do I, Dave. So do I.
Yes.
That one looked really small, though. The one that came across the stern.
Oh, that might have been him, mate.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to be with that particular blue shark, although several others continued to patrol lazily around the chum buckets, totally preoccupied by their aroma, seemingly oblivious to our baits of fresh bluefish fillets. Talk about frustration.
We finally...
And that was Peter's idea with the
finally,
herring.
yeah, he's finally taken it. Well done, Pete. That herring,
We might have to go herring all over.
well, he refused all those lovely fresh bluefish fillets, didn't
He
he?
ate a herring.
Strange, yeah?
An old herring.
Yeah, well, Pete,
Would you believe it?
you want to put a new bait on me?
Are we going to tag this fish?
Yeah. I have a tag ready. We only had like 12 pounds on it.
Yeah, that's okay.
12 on strike and then
This is lovely. Finally, we've actually hit into one, isn't it? Been a frustrating day today, Mike.
Very.
For these fish, eh?
extremely.
So many fish around the boat, and
Very finicky today.
they
which
just
is
haven't
very
wanted
unusual.
everything we've offered them. Very strange.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're gonna
I'll
tag
leader
it,
him.
yeah?
Yeah, tag him.
Okay,
Here we come. Here comes leader. So we're gonna have to back up a little.
I'll back up. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me get it up to the tip ring.
Okay, just
Then I'll back up, okay?
back up a little bit. Okay.
Right,
Got
okay.
it. Wire.
It took Skipper Lou a few seconds to find the right spot,
Good, he's tagged.
and that was the end to day one.
And no sharking tournament here at Montauk would be complete without the presence of the monster man himself, Frank Mundus, whose adventures were replicated in that lovely film, Jaws, 30 years ago. Frank, it's a pleasure to have you here and to be able to speak with you.
Great.
I've always wondered what the man looked like who caught all those huge sharks. How many great whites did you actually catch?
We put, I think it was 8 on the dock. Now, there's 2 different classifications. One is catching them commercially,
Right.
by harpoon or net, and the other one is by rod and reel sport.
Yeah.
So we have both those records. The biggest one we caught commercially was 4,500 pounds, and the biggest one we caught rod and reel sport was 3,427 pounds.
They're massive fish. I'm just looking through this book here. I mean, every page is a winner, isn't it? You must have some wonderful stories to tell over the years. Some of these fish, I mean, what are they, 16, 17, 18 feet long or longer?
It's not the length, it's how wide they
The girth
are.
of them, yeah.
The
girth.
big one was 17.5 foot long, and he had a 13-foot girth.
Really? Goodness me. That's huge, isn't it? It's the size
Well-
of an Aberdeen Angus bull around the middle.
More bigger, a lot bigger.
That's fantastic.
It's been such a pleasure to meet you, Frank.
Okay.
It really has. Welcome back to day 2 of our Brits versus Yanks shark tournament here in Montauk, New York State. Mark Williamson and I are joined by Yanks Sasha Dalchuk and Gil Getting on board Mistress 2, skippered by Bart, with his mate Jimmy to crew. And within minutes, we were away from the yacht club docks. I believe this is your 4th competition now, isn't it, Mark? Here?
Yeah, that's true. It's the 4th year that I've naturally come to this competition.
And have you had any monsters during that time?
I've had a couple I can speak about. First year I had the thresher shark, estimated over £350.
£300 thresher?
Yeah,
Wow.
That's an animal to get in.
And what's your biggest blue?
Biggest blue was last year, it was £240.
What's it?
On the last day. Oh yeah. That's,
I didn't catch anything like that.
I've had a big mako as well, as you know.
It's fabulous fishing here.
Oh, you can't fault it. You know, it's,
To acquire a selection of fresh shark baits, Skipper Bart whisked us along to a hotspot opposite Montauk Lighthouse, where together with some of the other tournament boats, we trolled umbrella rigs of rubber lures through the fast, turbulent currents. Sasha quickly getting amongst the bluefish, which are great fun to catch, but rather strength-sapping on wire line.
See how we came up to the boat and went back again? Now it's a bluefish.
Bass won't jump like that or surface?
Oh, there is a bass on there too.
These proved to be of an ideal size for using whole or as fillets, and once we had enough in the well for the day ahead, Bart gunned Mistress 2 towards deep water and the sharking grounds, where bait for the chum buckets was diced up and mixed with oils before being lowered over the side. Fresh bluefish fillets were then prepared and mounted on 12-0 hooks to wire, while mate Jimmy rigged up the floats.
We're now 27 miles off Montauk. Bart's got the engine on a tick over and we're now started our drift. We've got 4 rods out with various baits, different distances. Back with the slick. I'm just going to give the rubby-dubby bucket a pull, which releases a lot more of the rubby-dubby into the water. There's quite a few storm petrels and shearwaters around feeding off the chum line, and hopefully maybe 20 minutes, maybe a couple of hours, the sharks are going to follow the slick up to the boat. We hope. Well, here we are. I'm into my first shark of the day. We've had a succession of spur dogs up until now, all about 10, 12 pounds. Well, that's what we call them back home, guys. And we're into the first proper shark of the day. We'll see. I'm just going to keep checking this drag. It seems okay. I think it's probably a small blue. And if it's nicely hooked, we'll try and bring it in the boat and show you. Whoa, here we go.
There you go.
Well, this is a nice start to the day, I must say. It's lovely shark fishing on just £30 line, and everybody in the competition for 3 days is only going to be using £30 outfits, which is allows you to enjoy these fish much, much better. Right, we got colour. We're on the rubbing leader.
Get one more thing.
Yeah.
Back up on there.
Okay, so I'll back up. Hang on, here we go. Right. Oh, that's a nice blue.
Try not to let him back up.
So what size is that, Bart, do you think?
That's probably about 80 pounds.
About 80, yeah. Good, it was a good fight, wasn't it? Good
Yeah,
scrap
excellent. Good
on
job.
30-pound gear.
You're the man. now you can let Americans try.
Well, here we are. You normally don't bring these into the boat, but I wanted to show you the beautiful cobalt blue colour of the blue shark, these very long pecs. This one's, as you can see, is a male. Lovely long snout, isn't it, Bart?
Yep, gorgeous fish.
Nice fish to start the day. You're going to get the hook there?
I'm going to try. Like I said, if we don't get the hook, they rust right out. No big deal.
And it's amazing to think that the world record caught here off Montauk for these fish is something, I think it's over 500 pounds, isn't it?
That's right. It's
Well, that's
560,
unbelievable.
I think. Okay, right.
There we are. The hook's out and we're going to put him back into the Atlantic. Come on, Bart, straight away. Whoa! Yes, got it. Well done. He's in. He's in. Well done, Mark.
Yo, can you take us up top? Yeah.
There he goes.
Lovely stuff. Now, you don't want to lose this one, Mark. The Brits are on top here so far.
It's already counted.
Right.
Swivels it itself.
You're fishing for Britain here, remember that?
Yeah, touch the leader.
Okay, he's touched the lead. Here we go. Oh, that's a nice shot. Look at that. There he goes. Beautiful colour. Beautiful colour. Oh, well, it's all starting to happen here now. Whoa! That was good, wasn't it? Yeah. And another one. And another one. Up the Brits.
Brilliant.
Whoa, well done, well done.
And weren't us Brits doing well? Although the Yanks had caught us up on the other boats, so that by the morning of day 3, it was going to be down to the wire. On my allocated boat, we unfortunately failed to catch, but on board Joy C, skippered by Chuck Mallinson, Canadian-born Andy Dalchuk, fishing for us Brits, landed an enormous blue, estimated at over 250 pounds.
1-0 to England.
Nicely done, Andrew. Hey, man.
Followed shortly afterwards by another blue almost as large, to the rod of tournament organiser Christine Slater. The points were mounting, but was it enough to tip the scales in our favour?
Right. Well done, well done.
Hey, well.
And the final scores for the American team is 8,050 points.
And the final score, unfortunately, for the British team is 9,250 points. So the Brits win.
We won again.
Again.
Well, I guess that wraps up our 3-day tournament here at Montauk. It's been absolutely fabulous fun. Everybody's really enjoyed themselves. And although my particular boat actually blanked today, which is rare here, we've caught loads of sharks and it's been a wonderful time, really. Cheers, America.